Okay, we have a video here of the race state settings for the multi-tower. It uses adjustable LEDs, and I'll show you how to do those settings after you see how it functions. We're going to go ahead and start a race. And we're going to cycle through the timer. 3,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Now, it does a countdown with yellow LEDs from the red ones and ends up in the green LED for go. These LEDs are pretty bright, so they are not very photogenic, but they look very good in person. But this gives you an idea of the function and how it goes. Now, if there's a yellow flag, it will turn to yellow LEDs and then oscillate back and forth, and until you end the yellow flag,
5, 4,
which it does another
3,
countdown
2,
using
1,
LEDs
go.
that end up in green. Now, to show you the settings, I'm going to pause the race, and we're going to close the race. Then we're going to go into settings, and you click on track expert, track setup, track expert setup, configure. And then you go into the general settings. And I have this set for 35. You can set it as high as 225, which is very bright. But I'm going to knock it down to 25 for our video and see if that helps you see the colors any better. And then you go into LED string, and these are all, you have 20 LEDs in this tower, so all 20 are being used for the race state. The first 4 are used for the race state 1. Each of the following 4 are used for race state 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that when it gives you a countdown, it's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, using 4 LEDs each time. So you set these by drop-down menu. In the drop-down menu, there's several options that you can configure. Right now, we're just configuring for the race state, and using 4 LEDs for each race state. It could just use 5 LEDs, each one for race state 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here we have 4 for number 1, 4 for number 2, 4 for number 3, 4 for number 4, and 4 for number 5 being used in the LEDs. But you can configure this literally in any way that you want. You can accept it, then you have to update. And then after you update, you can go into the race mode and start a race. I'm going to cycle through the countdown. Now you can see the color of the LED a little bit better because I've turned it down in its intensity, but that's pretty much what they call tomato or red. And then when we go to yellow flag, when it counts down yellow.
2, 1, go.
And then when it's go, it displays all green LEDs. And then if there's a yellow flag, it oscillates back and forth in yellow. And it'll continue to oscillate back and forth until the yellow flag is ended. And once the yellow flag is ended, it will do another countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And when the heat or race ends, all the LEDs will change to white, and they'll stay white until you go into your next heat, where it will do the countdown and give you a display based on what you chose in the drop-down menus in Race Coordinator. So this is just a sample of one of the settings you can do. We're going to do several videos showing several different features and modes being used, but you can use them singly or combined together. There's so many crazy combinations that we can't possibly support them all, but basically we support them being used individually, and you should expect those to work correctly individually. And there's many that you can try as combinations.
2 minutes left.
Some will work correctly, some may not. But the point is that you have a very wide variety and a lot of uh, option to try any combination that you want. Most of them will work, some might not, but there's nothing to break, and you can just enjoy trying different configurations and coming up with a combination that you like. I particularly like the race
Halfway through the
status.
heat.
I particularly like the race status in the middle of the LED bar, and I like having heat leader on either side of that race status. So I need 5 for race status, so that leaves me roughly 15 LEDs to use for the color of the lane that's leading. So I typically put seven colors above, 7 colors below, and use the 5 in
60
the middle
seconds
for
left.
the race status. But I'll show you some of those in following videos. I'm just waiting for this to count down to get to 0 so that you can see everything change over to white. But this is a great feature. It's a lot of fun to play around with. It really brings a lot of interest to the track in terms of what is this and how is it working and what does it do. And it's very helpful
30 seconds left.
to let you know what condition the race is in. If you're in green, green for go, red for the start of the start of the race,
left.
and then of course the flashing yellow or solid white for being in between heats. But as mentioned, this is going to switch over to solid white here in a moment.
10 seconds left.
To indicate that it's in between heats.
5 seconds left. Heat over.
There you go. And it has switched to white LEDs and it's flashing back and forth, indicating that's in between heats because it's using LEDs. Not to be confused with a yellow flag that also oscillates back and forth, but it does so in yellow LEDs. Thank you, and please look out for our following videos. Thank you.